Jerry Bonin, your host of our weekly discussion of news and politics right here in the state. In the studio, Jacqueline Scott, Reed Mullins, Tim Granahan. Jacqueline on the left, Tim on the right, Reed in the middle. That doesn't really
sort of mean anybody. Not reflect our political
news teeter-totter. That's right. All right, Maps 3. A week ago, we were discussing the opposition that had just come out from the Fraternal Order Police, the first of three unions at City Hall, to oppose the $777 million in projects. And then this week, we reported that the local firefighters union, 157, came out and took the same stance. Is this the death knell for Maps 3? Reed, I know you're just chomping at the bit.
I don't know if it is or not. I mean, honestly, they have a point. They do, and they've made their point several times. At least the folks from the FOP have, and I know that what was it? The Ask Me. Well, the thing is, I don't know that rank and file citizens who are not members of these first responders are really going to take that into consideration. I think that they're happy with Maps. I think isn't it passed like 2-1 basically in the past couple of times on these votes, and I think that it's probably going to carry.
You think so?
I honestly do.
In other words, you think maybe we and the members of the unions are putting too much importance on the political weight they actually have?
No, I don't know about that. I mean, honestly, though, they obviously raised the ire of the mayor earlier in the week.
Yeah. Well, the mayor pointing out to you, he says, "Nah, those people are all upset about the money they're not being paid."
Well, okay, but then the response to that was we already got, at least the firefighters anyway, said they were going to give back that raise if they just increased the number of people. Now, I'm all for that. I think it's great. I just don't know that somebody who's not in uniform is going to see things that way.
Well, I don't think it will sink Maps at all. However, this is definitely a thorn in the side of the people pushing for passage. The mayor at the top of the list, of course, he reacted angrily to the opposition from the police union first, the FOP. I think that happened actually before the firefighters took their official vote, who came out the same way. He charged that it's all about money, that they're not getting raises, so they're angry, and that just, I think, infuriated an awful lot of people in the police and fire ranks who said, no, that's not what it's about. We've been talking about our lack of manpower and the fact that we're falling behind as far as our numbers for a long time, and no one's paying attention, and that is the gist of their opposition to Maps. Now, you have a lot of projects that the city will be improved if these projects are done. But they're saying you're leaving out one important component, and that has to do with public safety. And they say it's not about money. So this debate is going to get nasty, but whether they have the political clout, after all, this is Oklahoma. Nobody pays a whit of attention to unions in Oklahoma. So these guys are out there saying what they're saying, but whether it'll carry too much weight in the election, I have no idea, but I doubt it.
Well, Phil Syatt, the president-elect of the Local 157, told me that basically the previous MAPS efforts, in them, the city failed to live up to its promises regarding adding more firefighters to the department. He says over the past several years, the size of the department has actually been cut by nearly 50 firefighters. So what you're being asked to do now is, with a smaller fire department, to force.
One of the things I think that's going to come to the forefront here is the appearance. Does the general public believe that we don't have enough firefighters, don't have enough police officers, don't have enough sheriff's deputies to handle the increasing responsibilities that are going to come with bringing more people in and more things in and more improvement in? And the public perception, I think, is going to make a whole lot of difference in this vote.
I'm going to say this for the benefit of people listening online. If you haven't visited Oklahoma City, we're geographically huge. We just don't have the population to support a lot of things that would cover that, and that's why we've struggled for a long, long time with emergency services and things like that, having to cover such a wide area. We're expanding westward in the city, and we're planning, and I guess we've approved the building of a new station in that, but we haven't approved the personnel to go in it. And the mayor's rationale for this was, if we build these things, they'll come. And if they come, we'll be able to afford more.
That's his rationale. Sipe says, yeah, that's what you did in the first two MAPS efforts, or the first one anyway, 17 years ago, and made these promises to us, and we didn't get more firefighters. So he said, in his words, that dog don't hunt. I mean, that's what he said. All right, moving on. This week...